Hi, boys and girls. Okay, I want you to look at the screen and you will notice that I've changed something. Do you see what it is? See if you can figure out what it is. Did you see? We have science, social studies, and art in one place because we don't do a whole lot of it. And I thought, why search in all of these different classes? So we've got 4 classes. We have third grade specials, where you'll find all of your specials. We have math, reading, and then science, social studies, and art will all be in that spot. So today we're going to be doing a little bit in our workbook. So let's go there. Go to our folder. Okay, and so mystery science is where I put those things, but we're in the science notebook. So that's where we're going to be doing our lesson today. Okay, let me go get the camera open. So if you'll grab your social studies and science notebook and meet me over by the camera. I'm going to be right there. Okay. All right, so today we are going to start off in social studies. We've already done the first couple pages. We're going to start on page 17. And it says we're going to use this web diagram to get some information and to learn some things and answer some questions. So it says, read the web diagram, answer the questions. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with you right now. These all have to do with the Indian Removal Act. A long, long time ago in the 1800s, the new settlers moved the Indians out of their land. So they basically came over and they took their land and moved them over and over and over. They kept just pushing them further west. So they came up with an act that would change where they were able to live and how they were treated. So let's go ahead and do the timeline as it goes around. So it says in 1830, it said, the Indian Removal Act said, the government could take land away from the American Indians. So they made an act, a law almost, not quite, but like a law that said, we can take away your land if you're an American Indian. Doesn't seem very fair, does it? In 1832, the Cherokee did not want to leave their land. The Supreme Court ruled they could stay, but President Andrew Jackson made the Cherokee leave. Okay. In 1833 to 1837, so for 4 years, many Cherokee began to move west. They did not have a choice. In 1838, President Jackson sent soldiers. They made the Cherokee march more than 1,000 miles. The Cherokee called it the Trail of Tears. 1,000 miles. If we're driving 1,000 miles in our car, we're going to be in that car for 10 or 12 hours driving. These people had to walk, ride their horses, pull all of their things with them. So they called that the Trail of Tears because they were so heartbroken. They cried, people died, people were sick. And in 1838 to 1839, 4,000 Cherokee people died from heat or cold. Many starved or died from disease on the trail. Such a sad story. Today, what we know now, we know this was a terrible event in our history. It just feels so bad that to have that be a part of our history. This trail is now a National Historic Trail. I'd love to visit to see that, to pay my respects at some point. But we're going to read our questions and get our answers done. So what did the Supreme Court tell the Cherokee? So let's look for where the Supreme Court ruled they could stay. All right. Does it say anything else about the Supreme Court? No, it was actually President Jackson who changed everything. So it says they had to move to west. They could stay where they were. They had to move to Kansas. They had to move to New York. They could stay where they were because the Supreme Court said, hey, they were here first. They can stay. But then President Jackson said, nope, they need to move. Number 2, tell what happened to the Cherokee on the Trail of Tears. So that's up in this little box here. So write in your own words, what you think the Trail of Tears was. Okay. President, these are my words, President Jackson ordered soldiers to force you have to capitalize Cherokee because it's a proper noun, the Cherokee to walk more than 1,000 miles to move them out of their land. Move them out of their land. Okay. If you're still writing, go ahead and push pause, okay? I'm going to move on to the next page, but if you push pause, that's okay. You'll have plenty of time. You can take as long as you need to write it and then come back when you're done. All right, we're going to skip through here and go to our science. Skip all the way over to science here. Boom, there's science. All right, so we were talking about why do flowers have different colors and scents? Why do they do that? To attract different things so that they can pollinate, right? And we talked about how they can adapt and reproduce so they can change. So let's go to day 3. Why do flowers have different colors and scents? Oh, we did that one. Sorry. Let me go back. Next one. Okay. This is a flower right here. It says it's Rafflesia, is a kind of plant that lives in the rainforest. Its most unusual adaptation is its scent. A Rafflesia flower smells and looks like rotting meat. Ugh, can you imagine? Its horrible smell invites flies. Flies help pollinate the Rafflesia by carrying pollen from flower to flower. So this actually smells, when you're walking by, smells like rotten old yucky meat. But that's what it has done so that flies will come and change because the bees don't want to come. This flower is actually absolutely huge. It's bigger than our desk. So it's an absolutely huge flower. Let's do some true or false. All flowers must smell good to attract animals. Is that true? Well, we just talked about how this smells awful. So that is false. Only some flowers smell good to attract animals. Number 2, the Rafflesia smells and looks bad to keep other plants from growing near it. Is that why it smells bad? It says up here that it smells bad so it can attract the flies. So that is false. Number 3, flies are attracted to rotting meat more than they are attracted to sweet-smelling flowers. True. And letter B, do you know of any other plants or animals that use bad smells to survive? Can you think of any other plants or animals that use bad smells to survive? Okay, go ahead and write down what you think it is, and I'm going to pull up a video for us. Okay, so here is a real life picture of the Rafflesia flower. Look at how big it is, and these are other little pods of new ones that are coming.